Assalamualaikum to my beloved madam. So today I will go on to present chapter 3 in public sector accounting, which is Machinery of Government. My name is Sofian Nobenti Zakaria and my team members are Ahmad Lutfi Hakim bin Khairun, Muhammad Firdaus bin Zulkifli, Muhammad Alif Rahimi bin Cik Mokhtar and Lily Iliana binti Nasrul. I want to talk about introduction of this chapter. What is machinery of government? It is also well known as government machinery. It is interrelated structure and process that pertain to governments and accountability structure, administrative, well as financial management aspect. It is function as mechanism of established system of public accounting management. Of government can be categorized into two groups, which is government administrative machinery and government accounting machinery. Talk about government administrative machinery. Government administrative include all the mechanisms to implement government policy or formulated by the executive in order to achieve government objective. The government administrative in Malaysia is made of three main levels, which is namely federal and state and local government.
Government administrative machinery at federal level. There are three components of government administrative machinery. The three components are government institution and agencies, government personnel, government system and procedures. Government administrative institution and agencies. The government institution and agencies are established both as required by the Constitution or at the discretion of the executive. There are three government institutions and agencies that required by the Constitution. The three of it is Commission, Council and Department. So for the Commission it is set up as independent bodies to carry out their functions objectively and without influence from any party. There are permanent commissions under the commission. There are 5 of it. The first one is Election Commission from Article 113 and Public Service Commission from Article 139, Judicial and Legal Service Commission from Article 138, Police Force Commission from Article 140, and the last one is Education Service Commission from Article 141A. There are also temporary commission, that is Salaries Commission. Okay, the next one is councils. The National Finance Council from Article 108 and Land Council Art 91, Article 91 and National Council for Local Government from Article 95A and Armed Forces Council from Article 137. This is show that there are 4 council under the council that have article in the law. And the last one is for the Constitution is Department. There are only one that have been stated. It is Auditor General Department from Article 105. Okay, next I will explain you the government institution and agencies at the discretion of the executive. There are 3 also under the discretion of the executive. The government institution and agencies are ministries, self-accounting ministries and department, and non-self-accounting ministries and department. Okay, I will explain you the ministries. The ministries have the highest body in the federal administrative machinery. They are set up to carry out the responsibilities entrusted to the government. Each ministry is headed by a minister and plays an important role in directing, planning, coordinating, enforcing, and implementing government policies in all matters under his portfolio. The Secretary General is the most senior administrative office in each ministry. Okay, the next one is self-accounting ministries and department. These ministries and department maintain their own set of accounting records and pay their own bills. These ministries are normally large, for example, to the Ministry of Defence. And the last one is non-self-accounting ministries and department. These ministries and departments do not maintain their own account and dependable on the Accountant General Office.
Okay, so for the next slide is administrative personnel. Okay, so based on the government personnel, according to Article 132 bracket 1 of the Federal Constitution, include those employed in numerous areas of public service, including the security force, judiciary and legal service, general public service, police, joint public service, state public service, and also education, subject to the provision of every such legislation. Yang di-Pertuan Agong can govern the requirement for the appointment and qualifications, also the condition of service of person in the public service other than the state of public service. The ruler of Yang di-Pertuan Negeri of that state may govern the qualification for the applications, also for the appointments and the condition of service of individuals, which is in the public service of any state, and according to the provisions of any such legislation. Nevertheless, the public shall not comprise of the following below. For the first is the workplace of any employee of federal or state government. Second is the office of President, Deputy Speaker, Deputy President, or maybe a member of either House of Parliament or the State Legislative Assembly. The third is the office of Judge of the Federal Court, the Court of Appeal, or maybe the High Court. The fourth is a member's office of any commission or council statement that established by the Constitution, or maybe any relevant commission or council established by the Constitution of a state. Which is the last is the five is the diplomatic post such as Yang di-Pertuan Agong may prescribe by the order. Okay, so the next slide is administrative system and procedures. Okay, so administrative procedures are a set of system of rules that have been governed by the procedures for managing an organization, which is these procedures are meant to establish efficiency, responsibility, consistency, and also accountability, which is there are non-financial processes and practices defined in circulars of the government service that are usually connected to matters of nominating, recruiting, quitting, and also disciplining government staff. Such process and procedures are very important in order to account for the large number of government employees and are also useful for efficient management.
Government accounting machinery relates to the government structure for financial management of the country public sector. Government accounting machinery comprises of institution and agency, personnel, and system and procedure that relate to various accounting function and operation. There are three types of institution and agency. One is Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance is the highest body in federal government to administer and govern. The duty and responsibility of Ministry of Finance is vested in Federal Treasury. The second is Treasury. Treasury is a central agency of government. It is one of the largest agencies in Malaysia and operates under the Ministry of Finance. The last one is Accountant General Department. The role and function of Accountant General Department has changed with expansion of Malaysian public sector. It is centralized in Putrajaya with 8 divisions and 25 branches located throughout Malaysia.
government accounting personnel is the process of recording, analyzing, classifying, summarizing, communicating and interpreting financial information about government aggregate in detail reflecting transaction. Okay, government accounting personnel has three. Number 1 is accountant general, number 2 is controlling officer, and number 3 is accounting officer. Okay, the accountant general is the chief accountant for the federal government and head of the accountant general department. They have the authority in approving accounting and procedure in respect of the federal and state account. The duties of accountant general, number 1 is to see that a proper system of account is established and appropriate precaution instituted against losses by fraud. Number 2, exercise supervision over the receipt of the federal revenue and take steps to secure its punctual collection. Okay, for the controlling officer, the controlling officer hold the responsibility as the chief of the accountant officer. They were appointed by the Minister of Finance or Chief Minister or Menteri Besar in respect of each purpose of expenditure provided by any financial year. Okay, the duties for controlling officer, number 1 is to control the authorized estimate for the particular purpose. Number 2, to be in charge for the public monies. Number 3, to secure proper exercise of performance of their duties. Okay, we move to accounting officer. Accounting officer is actually professional accountant who deal with financial affairs of a business and help their accounting activities. They are qualified and expert in online accounting solution to help a business in resolving their accounting problems and meet accounting needs. Okay, the duties for accounting officer, number 1 is invoice processing, number 2 is daily bookkeeping, number 3 is billing, and number 4 is tracking business expenses. Okay, now is government accounting system and procedure. Government accounting personnel are required to comply with the relevant system and procedure in carrying out their related financial management tasks. This system and procedure function as the key significant reference for all government accounting personnel. The government highly require this system and procedure among some reasons, which are: number 1, fulfill public need and interest. For example, the government primary goal is to care for and fulfill the various needs and interests of the general public. Number 2, diverse government objective. The objective of the government is in multiple forms. Nonetheless, all objectives need to be achieved through compliance of relevant legal and statutory requirements. Okay, number 3, large amount of annual expenditure. The government has large expenditure at all levels, both for the operation and development of the country. Number 4, ensure high financial accountability. The government is instructed to manage the public money effectively and efficiently. The public is interested to know that study, control and monitoring system are in place. Thank you. That's all from our group.